Lunatic of all lunatics, Dan Price.
Personally, I think he's a socialist.
I hope this company is a case study in MBA programs because it's going to fail.
But that didn't happen.
They called him a socialist because he took $1 million pay cut. And trust me, it gets even more interesting on how his life changed and how much he's making just so his employees can make a living for themselves. Socialism. Hey, call me. Give me a call. Oh, my wife won't mind at all. Now, stories like this, I know is not going to get a lot of views, and it's not going to be a sexy, like, bash Candace Owens or say some stuff about Trump or, just how politics and content can be. But this story here, okay, and I'm gonna try not to make the thumbnail and the title as clickbaity, but I think this story and needs to have a little bit more conversation around. And to me, in my opinion, this story right here is sexy. Like, this right here is beautiful in every sense of the word. Like, this, if this is socialism, if this is what every capitalist type of person says this is what our country needs to stay away from, the commies and communism and Marxism. If this is it, I'm in love. If this is real communism, call me a commie. Easy. Let's go ahead and check the, don't call me that. I mean, you call me worse anyway. So let's go ahead and watch the story of this amazing American with in what he did. It's just phenomenal.
On the story of a CEO who made a stunning announcement on employee pay. This was more than 6 years ago when we first told you about it.
So this video right here, let me scroll down. This was 3 years ago. So this is a update on a story 3 years ago that happened 6 years ago. So essentially this is about 19 years ago. I looked up this company just to make sure they're still kicking, and they are. And it's like, a pretty amazing company. But let's go ahead and take a listen.
2015, Dan Price is his name. He raised the salary of everyone at his Seattle credit card processing company to at least $70,000 a year, at least. Price's decision was met with predictions of bankruptcy from his worst critics, but we're here to tell you now that has not happened. Instead, the company is actually thriving. And as Carter Evans shows us, the higher pay has helped employees buy homes and start families.
Wait. So, hold on. Time out. So you're telling me when companies pay their employees a livable wage, and trust me, $70,000 in Colorado, in where I live, is really decent. Like, you should be able to do something with that. You can possibly, like myself, I don't want to tell you how much I make, you know what I'm saying? But you can take care of your family, and your spouse shouldn't have to work if you manage your money right. You know what I'm saying? So if two people, married is at least making 70,000 a year, you should be straight, at least in Colorado. I don't know about in these other expensive places, but you're telling me your employees will be happy and they can like buy houses, like and start a family? What? That's crazy, right? Oh my God. Like, is this socialism? By the end of this video, I might fall in love. I don't know.
New parents and coworkers Carrie Chen and Alex Franklin can't wait to introduce their son to colleagues at work, a company they say made it possible for them to begin a family in the first place.
Hey, first off, that fridge look a little empty. We got all this money. Let's fill that fridge up.
And you weren't the only ones that had a baby, huh?
No, everybody had a baby.
So it's a baby boom here. Why do you think that's happening?
We can afford it.
They both were.
Hey, Republicans, if you're so concerned about the nuclear family and the decline of marriage and families being started here in America in 2024, maybe, just maybe, you should pay these people more. Because then they ain't got nothing else to do. They're not stressing about bills, so guess what they're going to do? They're going to start making babies. Maybe? I don't know.
Work at Gravity Payments in Seattle, a credit card processing company with a CEO who 6 years ago did something that shocked everyone.
And we're going to have a minimum $70,000 pay rate for everyone that works here.
You had people making $35,000 a year, but you told them you were going to double their salary.
Yeah.
And then you actually had to do it.
Right.
How did you pull it off?
Well, it's tricky. You know, I took the million.
Hold on. I thought he was going to say something like, you know, some big brain type of, you know, I had to invest in this or I had to get more investors. So I took that invested money in this and this. And, you know, I thought it was going to be like some crazy semantic type of thing, business, you know, kind of blabber that I wouldn't understand. It'd be like, he's just a money making machine and he's making millions and now he's able to pay his employees a livable wage. But here's his answer.
$1 million pay cut.
That's right.
Hold on.
How did you pull it off?
Well, it's tricky. You know, I took the $1 million pay cut.
That's right, $1 million pay cut. Dan Price was simultaneously hailed as a hero and eviscerated as an enemy of capitalism.
Lunatic of all lunatics, Dan Price.
Personally, I think he's a socialist. I hope this company is a case study in MBA programs because it's going to fail.
But that didn't happen.
Wow, they called him a socialism. They called him a socialist because he took $1 million pay cut. And trust me, it gets even more interesting on how his life changed and how much he's making just so his employees can make a living for themselves. Socialism. Hey, call me. Give me a call. Come on, my wife won't mind at all. Okay.
So you've almost doubled the number of employees,
Yeah.
and you've tripled business.
Yeah.
And you're still paying a minimum of $70,000 a year.
Correct.
How much do you make?
I make $70,000 a year.
To pay his own bill.
Are you kidding me? Listen, I need you to listen. What kind of CEO will make as much as their employees when they have the opportunity? This is the important thing. When they have the opportunity to pay themselves more. It's not like that's all they're making and, you know, they're barely making ends meet. Like, he made a decision to to double their yearly wages and decided to make the same amount. And his company is still thriving. Answer that. I thought the whole point was to exploit your workers, make sure they're making barely enough money, you know, because you don't want everyone to quit, you know, but so you give them just barely enough. And, you know, you don't really care about your company to invest into your company. Oh my God, because if that was the case, Walmart should be a beautiful place. It should be like Disneyland if they invested billions of dollars into their actual company. Wish they don't. So, and I thought the whole point of being a business owner is so you can financially free yourself, making thousands upon thousands and millions if possible. Like, isn't that the American dream? So what is he doing? Is he like reversing the American dream? I don't know, because I at least myself was conditioned as a young age is like create a business and make as much money as possible.
Bill's Price downsized his own life, sold a second home he owned, and tapped into his own savings.
I think it was a big risk.
Andrew Haffenbrack teaches at the University of Washington's Foster School of Business.
It does go against what people expect and what we usually see in terms of corporations and companies.
These days, average CEO compensation is 320 times more than the salaries of their typical workers.
What?
This shows that isn't the only way for a company to be successful and profitable. Do you pay what you can get away with, or do you pay what you think is ideal or reasonable or fair?
Why aren't more companies doing this?
I would say that's the failure of this. You know, I feel like I've been shouting from the rooftop, like, this works, everybody should do it. And 0 big companies are following suit because the system values having the highest return with the lowest risk and the lowest amount of work.
Hey, bars. Like, this dude should be performing at the Super Bowl halftime. I know. Hey, Kendrick Lamar, you did your thing. I appreciate it. It was entertaining. But this right here, this dude right here is the MVP of 20, or I mean, this was 3 years ago, but I'm claiming it now, all right? This is my show, my channel. I get to deem whoever I want as MVP. And this dude right here is MVP of 2024. Okay, I don't care if I'm late to the party. Don't care. Guess what? I do what I want. I'm an American.
But Price thinks Gravity's returns are up in large part because bigger paychecks have led to fiercely loyal employees.
Our turnover rate was cut in half. So when you have employees staying...
Why would employees quit? You just doubled you just doubled their money. Why would employees want to quit? What other company, unless they're offering more, which is like, you know, good luck, you know, what company is willing to sacrifice what they have in order for you to succeed? Like literally stooping to your level. What other company is willing to do that? I done worked plenty of companies and not one company has ever did that for anyone I worked with or myself. Easy, simple. But we were conditioned to think that that's normal. That's what is supposed to kind of, you know, your employer kind of, you know, I don't want to use the word slave, you know, but like they exploit you. They have you do as much work as possible. And like I said, and barely give you barely enough to where you ain't tripping out and just going crazy. Holy smoke.
Twice as long. Their knowledge of how to help our customers skyrocketed over time. And that's really what paid for the raise more so than my pay cut.
Meeting them where they are.
The company did take a hit during the pandemic, losing 55% of its business in March 2020.
And this is the most beautifulest part right here.
At one point, Price figured Gravity was only 4 months away from failing, but it bounced back after its employees voluntarily took a temporary pay cut.
We reduced our salary to $40,000.
Yeah, I think we took each about somewhere around 60%.
Are you?
The employees, oh my God, I'm about to be screaming. The employees decided to save their business. They wasn't like, hey, we just gonna jump ship, find another job, and just whatever happens. They took a pay cut. They put their own livelihood for the sake of the business. Now, I tell you this right now, I ain't doing that for my employer. Don't think so. Leave my money alone. You better figure out a way to keep this business afloat, or I'm going to be floating to another business. Easy, simple. But when you sacrifice and when you give your employees what they deserve, when you show your gratitude in that measure, no one cares about employee of the month. No one cares about, you know, here's a $20 gift card to Walmart. Like, bro, leave me alone. Give them what they need, and that's more money. That's what they deserve. It's more money. And then I guarantee you they're going to be loyal employees. they're going to be loyal employees. And that's what every business wants, right? What? If you treat your employees with respect and you pay them as such, they're going to treat you with respect and be able to have employees that will sacrifice for your business. Bro, get out.
Back up to normal now?
Not only back to normal, Gravity repaid us all of the pay cut that we had voluntarily given up.
Are we going to get a little playpen in here for you?
Price says baby Thomas is one of 60 new additions to the company family over the past 6 years. He also claims the number of employees buying homes has gone up tenfold.
We are right on track for the American dream. You know, we have a beautiful baby boy, a wonderful home, a beautiful life. We're not only just living, we're able to thrive.
And they're able to say thank you to the man who made it possible.
He has his dream car. We're like, hey, let's if we all chip in just a little bit, we can make it happen. And we did.
Bro, they bought their CEO, their boss, a Tesla. I tell you this much, I ain't buying my boss lunch. I'm not buying him a single lunch because I'm barely making it. So you better make sure you bring your own lunch. Pack your own lunch, buddy, because it ain't happening. But when you, I don't know. Oh my God!
My employees had done way more for me than I could ever do for them. So the fact that they wanted to get me such an unreal, amazing gift, it's pretty special. I don't know if I can put it into words.
You could have afforded that with your old salary.
Yeah, that's true. I'm way happier now than I was before. Oh, this feels good.
At Gravity Payments, it seems like there's a lot of that going around. For CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans in Seattle.
Oh my goodness! Hey, how come Ben Shapiro, as intellectual he is, and I seen a video where he talked about how to make $1 million in a year or something stupid like that. How come we're not talking about this? I don't know. I mean, I do know because it's not sexy. It's not what the mainstream media or just the main belief in America is. And like I say, during that time, the news outlets was saying he was a socialist. Well, damn it. If that's socialism, if socialism, I want that here. If socialism causes companies to do that, I want that. I don't care what you say. Okay, I don't care what you call me. You can call me anything but a child of God. But that's how you treat people with dignity. And unfortunately, we live in a world where money trumps hopes and dreams and prayers. And if you don't have money, you're not going to survive. You're going to struggle, and people don't like to struggle. And unfortunately, a lot of these businesses, they don't care. And this is proof right here. If you have somewhat of a heart, if you have a somewhat just something in here, I don't know, a soul, maybe is it a soul? If you got something like that for your fellow Americans, and you have the means and the position and the power to give to your employees, do it. And if you don't, you're evil. You're straight evil. I don't know what else to say. Like, yeah, go ahead. You are evil. Evil. As evil can be. Like the actual definition of evil, that's what you are. Easy. But once again, if you think I'm lying, if you think socialism is bad and you think what he's doing is somewhat like under the cover, behind the scenes evil, and he's like eating their children or something, and like, I don't know, like something weird, because I'm pretty sure idiots are going to come up with an idiot answer, and they're going to deflect with something that happened in Venezuela or something. Like, if that's you, please Let me know who you are so I can know there's idiots out there in the world that just don't care. Let me know. Show me who you are, okay? But like always, let's have that conversation.